I mean, it probably sounds a bit stupid. It's obviously we go into every game, I think very well game planned and prepared, and obviously the coaches spend a lot of time figuring out what exactly they want to do and what can work. And for a lot of the time or parts of a game, probably recently too, not just tonight, but we've for whatever reason we've been good in patches, but obviously bad in patches too. I mean, we've got to do it for 48 minutes. I think it's obviously shown recently that we're not going to kind of walk in and just win any game by showing up. And a couple games in this patch we haven't shot well, and obviously that's even more of a reason to lock in defensively and know what the scout is, know what players' tendencies are, whatever that looks like for the upcoming game. But locking in for 48 minutes and not getting down or frustrated or whatever, it kind of going inwards if we get a lead or if we are down 10 or up 10. So obviously frustrating, and like I said, for parts of the game I think we played really well, and then for other parts they kind of did what they kind of wanted to do. They moved the ball a little bit. They got some open threes. They ran in transition a little bit. So yeah, we've clearly got some stuff to work on.
Fair, Todd. So do you feel like you guys waited too long to lock in defensively tonight?
I mean, early on, it might have. I don't even know if it seemed like that. I mean, we were obviously helping. Rudy was helping off Tate, and it's what we've done. I think every time we've played them since they've had Tate on the team, anyway. And he makes a couple shots. That's obviously in terms of living with something. That's what we were going in. Obviously, not just letting him have wide open threes, but getting out there a little bit, messing with him, making him make decisions. Like I said, throughout the whatever other part of the game after those first 8 points he had, I think it was just in and out. I think those possessions where we were communicating and talking and scrambling, and it felt good out there. And there was other possessions that were, I guess, the complete opposite of that. No talk, and obviously as guards staying in front of guys, and then the scrambling and all that was obviously a little off because they had. Matthews made a few. Eric Gordon down the stretch there made a couple. Like I said before, it was just clearly things we need to figure out and get better at. And I don't think it's a time to go kind of inwards and be frustrated with. Everyone's got to obviously look at himself, but we've got to figure this out together with our coaching staff and the players, and come out on whenever Friday, a couple of days' time, and be a lot better than what we have been.
Okay, last question, Tony Jones.
Joe, kind of a two-part question. Are there any outside distractions, per se, preventing you guys from locking in on the floor? And, what's the frustration level of you guys in the locker room? And personally for you, how is that kind of compared to your time here, your overall time here?
I mean, I don't know what frustrations guys have in their personal lives or anything. I don't. Obviously, we're a close team, but we're not. If they've got issues with something, that's obviously there's things we talk about. There's obviously a lot of stuff we talk about basketball-wise. I don't know exactly what you were getting at with that, but as a team, it's frustrating. With, like I said, just the little thing, the little breakdowns that obviously in a game there's going to be breakdowns along the course of a 48-minute game. As a team, we want to obviously limit them, play the way we know we can play, because we've done it a lot. Whether that be tonight in patches or full games other nights, whenever that is, we've proved we can be a really good team when we are locked in and focused, and whatever outside distractions or whatever. We're lucky that once we do get out there, you're almost free. Like you get to, if you're struggling with something or something's going on, the court is usually a lot of guys kind of place to be free and relax and enjoy it. Obviously, the enjoyment part is hard at the moment with the frustration of how we've been playing. But like I said before, the first question or whatever it was, the frustration as a team obviously comes basketball-wise, the breakdowns, the little things, and over the course of a game they add up. And I think in the past we've done a pretty good job of realizing something that's happened in a game, fixing it, and kind of moving to the next play. I think sometimes it lingers, and sometimes that's good. Like, guys can be frustrated if they have a breakdown or they aren't making shots or whatever it is. But we've got to try and get to the next play. And again, we've proved, obviously, like tonight, we've proved we're not just going to walk in and win games. We've also proved that we can be a really, really good team. So we'll watch it tomorrow and keep trying to get better as the season goes on, and have another crack on Friday.
Rudy, we've heard several people talk about how there's not enough consistency in terms of effort for 48 minutes during the stretch. How do you guys go about fixing that at this point?
I don't know if we can really call it effort. I don't think there's not a guy in this team that doesn't, want to win and tries to play hard, as hard as he can. I don't think so. I just think that we were playing great defense in the third, and then I don't know. It's almost like something shifted, and we had a lot of breakdowns. We gave some of the shooters like wide open threes, like a few times in a row. I'm talking about Matthews and the other guard that's a really good 3-point shooter, and we just brought them back in the game, and then it's things that and like Quinn said, it's all about where is our focus. What are we thinking about when they have two guys that can shoot the ball on the floor, and we give 3-point shots to those guys, and then as the game goes on, we raise a level. We compete. We try to play defense, but they feel good. They feel confident, so they make the shots that are a little tougher. Like the ones that they made in the fourth. But if we take away and we stay focused, and every single person that steps on the court is focused on defense and on who we're guarding and what we're doing defensively, they don't get that confidence, and I think we're in better shape.
Todd. Rudy, at this point in the season, a lot of times after games, we've talked about the consistency and how you guys maybe wait to compete until you're down, or that it's from one game to the next, that consistency is not there. Is that a problem at this point? Like, we've talked about it so much, is it a problem with this team?
I think it all goes down to what our focus is. To be honest, like some nights are tough. Some nights are tougher physically, mentally. Like for all of us. But we have to, when our life is on the line, you focus on what's the most important. And when we're tired, what's the most important? And I think right now, on every single person in his locker room, it should be defense. It should be like, I might not make a shot tonight, but I'm gonna do anything I can, like defensively and for myself. Like it's the same. It's being able to make sure I have my teammates back. And tonight there's a few times when guys drove to the basket and I wasn't there for them. And for me, it's like have their back and then make sure that every single person in his locker room is focused on defense. And if You know, if we're not going to score, like we're always going to score first of all, but if we're not going to score, like it can affect our defense and it can affect our energy. You know, I felt like those guys were having more fun than we did, and I think, you know, at the end of the day, yes, it's, you know, there's games that we're supposed to win, obviously, but I think we gotta enjoy the game. We gotta enjoy, you know, just enjoy our job and enjoy what we do, enjoy playing with one another. And yeah, it's gonna be nights like this. It's all about how we can, you know, understand and make sure that it's only an accident when that happens, and we're able to bounce back, you know, and keep getting better.
Amy Larson.
Two questions for you, Rudy. One, how worried are you kind of about this losing spell?
I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all. It's just, obviously we competitors. I'm a competitor. Like no one likes to lose, especially at home. You know, like I'm just happy to be playing. I'm just happy to, you know, I think after a little bit of rest we're gonna be better. But yeah, like I said, you know, every night is an opportunity. Tonight we had an opportunity to we play against a very talented team, you know, and it's the NBA. Like, if, you know, guys are looking at us and, you know, they're just having fun. If they win in Utah, it's, you know, it's great for a young team. You know, it's really something to build on for this team. So they're coming in with not much pressure and they're playing really hard, you know, and they're having fun. And for us, it's like, you know, having the same focus on the things that we need to focus that maybe are not as fun, which is defense. And then offensively, you know, we move the ball and it's fun. It's fun, and, you know, I thought tonight we did a good job for the most part of the game moving the ball. But our defense got to be the focus, and it's got to be there every single night, regardless of who we play, regardless of who's available. Every single guy that stepped on the court, and it always starts with me, of course. And you know, I hold myself accountable every single night to be the best I can be, and every single guy that steps on the court got to be ready to lock in defensively. Like, we don't care if you make shots.
Sorry, and then you mentioned fun, right? Like, why do you think this team isn't having as much fun as it could be right now? And, you know, is there expectations or kind of what?
Yeah, I think so. I think we sometimes, you know, there's expectations. I mean, it's human nature. You know, you put, sometimes when you have expectations, you can put some pressure on yourself. But I think, you know, it's on us to really enjoy the game, really have fun, regardless of what's going on. You know, we're playing basketball for a living, so let's enjoy it, and at the same time let's play some defense. You know? But it's yeah, we'll be all right. I'm not worried at all. You know, we want to win every night, obviously, but I mean, sometimes it's you need nights like this to get better and to keep growing.
What was the biggest issue that you saw tonight?
Well, I think, you know, we just had multiple breakdowns over the course of the game, in different capacities defensively. You know, where we were helping when we shouldn't have been helping, you know, not recognizing personnel situations, just not focused on the details of what we're trying to do on the defensive end. I thought that obviously showed at the beginning of the game, where some of it was transition. You know, but for instance, with Matthews gets 9 threes, 10 really, because we fouled him one time. You know, we weren't communicating and reacting, you know, collectively in a lot of half-court situations that gave them looks. And then I thought there was also, when they went on the big run, you know, it was some threes where we had breakdowns, you know, where we got guys that were not supposed to leave, and we find them getting shots. We're switching on to different guys. And then the defensive glass, you know, and when we were able to secure defensive rebounds, it gives us a chance to go and run the other way. But, you know, we didn't have, you know, enough enough body-to-body contact on the glass against an athletic team on the board. So, I thought that the offensive rebounding that they had, at crucial times was also impactful. But it just we weren't as locked in or focused on our execution defensively in every capacity. And when you don't shoot that, you don't shoot well. That's going to be the difference.
Eric Walden.
And this kind of follows up on that, but they went 22 or 45 from three-point range. Is there one thing you guys could have done better in terms of guarding them at the line tonight, or again, is it a multitude thing?
Well, I mentioned, Matthews, who's, arguably the best shooter on the court at any given time. Helping off of him, not knowing where he is, switching onto, Tate and letting Eric Gordon have a look. There was a bunch of different situations that, they made the shots, but, they were getting clean looks because, we either didn't communicate or, made a mistake as far as what we were trying to do in a given coverage. So, and then, on a night that if you give guys those kind of looks, and they made them. So, what we can do is control the, how open they are and whether they're going to get them. And there was a lot of them that they shouldn't have been able to take if we'd have been locked in and communicating the way we needed to be with what we were doing defensively.
Very hard. When you have those kinds of defensive mistakes happening throughout the night, then in the fourth quarter late, you had a few defensive possessions that looked really good, a shot clock violation that you forced. Does that make it more frustrating when you look back and you think, where was this earlier on?
Yeah, I think on the whole, collectively we need to have our attention and our focus on the defensive end. And when we're thinking about the offensive end and reacting to whether we're missing a shot or getting fouled or we're not connected on that end, it's something that makes it harder for us because when our focus is the other way around and our focus is squarely on the defense, our offense, for one thing, we get more stops. We can be instinctive in transition, but, it's just a collective mindset that we have to have. Everybody from Rudy to Boyan to Royce to Trent, Mike, Joe, all of us. It's just defense is played collectively, and that's the situation we found ourselves in tonight, where those breakdowns we paid for, and when we did get stops, there were times where we didn't get a body on a guy rebounding or didn't rotate down. Everybody's got a job to do, and if you're not focused on doing your job, then nights like tonight, teams can make you pay for that.
It's been a long time, Quinn, since you had your team had a losing spell like this, and maybe not kind of in the Mike Conley and Bogey era. And I'm kind of curious, what's your kind of approach to the overall losing spell? And, are there things that, do you look at it in the same way that you do like a winning streak, where it's not about the streak itself and more about the individual game?
I think, this period, depending on how you want to, total it, we won a big game in Denver without, Rudy and Joe, and then we went to Toronto and, didn't travel some guys, and I thought had an excellent effort. Obviously lost to Indiana, lost a tough game at Detroit, again with our roster being in a different place, and then I thought, we came back and against Denver and played really well. The Cleveland game was an odd game. So all these games to me are unique in some respect. The fact that they're all close together creates a streak. But I thought, like the other night against the Lakers, I thought we played pretty well defensively. We didn't space and run and execute offensively, and that hurt us. And, tonight, without Donovan and Hassan, I thought defensively we had the ability to really guard this team, and we have before, and we didn't execute. So every game's been a little bit different, and you try to take something from every game. But for me, I kind of maintain the same overall thought that, I want us to be at our best, at the right time. And we're clearly not at our best right now or tonight, regardless of, the variety of challenges that each game provides. We haven't played at the level that we want, on both ends of the court. And that's something for us to own and understand and, not just correct, but improve upon. We're up 13 tonight. So we had that moment again where we let up and then get a couple threes and call timeout and, stem a run, and we dig in, and then we have breakdowns, and there's a pattern of our group losing focus on the things that we need to do to win the game. And when you see that we do have that focus and the way it translates, it's just a question of that consistency in our execution, whether that means sprinting to the corner and getting spaced, making a quick decision, like all the little things that you have to do on both ends of the court. And, we've seen our team do them. Sometimes you do them and, you get beat. But we've got to do them at a higher level and a higher frequency, because we can't continue to miss a block out and a putback and count on hitting a three on the other end, because the game's just not always going to be like that. It might be like that occasionally. So to a degree, if we can continue to be real with ourselves and continue to kind of own the mistakes that we're making, then you have an opportunity to correct them. And I've seen this group do that consistently, over time, and that's one of the reasons we haven't had, this type of stretch. I think this is a unique time, but for what it's worth, it's it needs to be something that we can take and use and build on, because I know that our guys aren't happy about the situation, but that's got to translate in the moment to our actions.